Christmas trees, Santa, gifts, holidays, it's that time of year again. And you might be wondering, do Muslims celebrate Christmas? If not, why not? Can we give each other gifts, presents, cards? Can we say Merry Christmas? These are all good questions, let's talk about it. So firstly, do Muslims celebrate Christmas? The answer is no. Why not? Well, the simple answer is because it isn't in the Quran, it's not in the Hadith. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, never did it, and he never told us to do it, so why would we do it? But let's go a little bit deeper here. Obviously, Christmas didn't really exist as it does now in the time of the Prophet, peace be upon him. So we have to go a little bit deeper and say, what is Christmas today and why shouldn't we celebrate it? Like a lot of current modern holidays, Christmas is partially based on pagan rituals. If you wondered why Christmas is on December 25th, it's because in ancient times, the pagans would celebrate their sun god on December 25th. And this was done because in those times the winter was harsh and people needed some kind of hope that the days were almost over and that there was a new spring coming soon. And later on, the churches of Christianity took over that date of December 25th, decided to make it the birthday celebration of the Prophet Jesus, peace be upon him. Even though there's nothing that proves that that was the day that Jesus was actually born. In fact, there's evidence to show that it was another day instead. And so there's no reason for us to celebrate this day. In the Quran, there's a verse quoting the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, talking to some non-Muslims, and he's saying that for you is your religion, and for me is my religion. In other words, we don't take part in celebrations that other religions host. And that's why we don't decorate our homes with Christmas lights or trees, or we don't give each other gifts, because there's no official Christmas holiday in the Muslim calendar. Now I know what you're thinking, Christmas really isn't Christian anymore. It's more of a secular holiday, it's more of a commercial holiday. Everyone just buys gifts and spends time with family anyway. It's not really religious now, therefore why can't we practice it? And it is true that nowadays Christmas is just about spending money and getting the best deals on the shopping, and then it all culminates in one day where you spend time with the family, and that's pretty much it. There's no Christianity in it anymore, for the most part. But even though it's mostly a commercial holiday for the majority of the people in the West, at its core, it's still a Christian holiday. It's got Christian symbolism, and everything about the celebration at its core is either Christian or sometimes pagan in nature. And so it's based on teachings that are against Islam, and therefore it's haram. But what about just wishing our colleagues a Merry Christmas or gifting each other cards or even gifts? What's wrong with that? Well, it's a little bit tricky, but according to what I've researched and what I've looked at so far, it's better for us not to partake in these things. In general, the scholars say that Muslims shouldn't try to imitate or copy the actions of non-Muslims, and that includes their worshipping, celebrations, rituals. The Holy Prophet, peace be upon him, said that whoever imitates a people is one of them. And so scholars say that this means that we're not allowed to put up Christmas trees, to gift each other Christmas gifts, or to wish each other Merry Christmas, even if we don't believe in the essence of Christmas, because by doing these things we're imitating the non-Muslims. Just say happy holidays instead, ditch the card and the tree, and enjoy your time off. We don't need to do these things. We should be proud of our own religion and our own festivals. In fact, some scholars say that even doing these things, like taking part in these celebrations, even if you're trying to be friendly, it almost might be a form of sinning, because it's a kind of compromise in your religion, in your faith in Allah, just to please others. Of course, that doesn't mean that we can't be nice to our colleagues or our friends, show them compassion, wish them happiness. This is how we foster a sense of community despite not sharing each other's celebrations, and then they'll remember our kindness and generosity towards them when it comes to our celebrations like Eid. Another point is that we have to be mindful of the example that we're setting for our children, the next generation of Muslims. If we compromise a little and start taking part in Christmas celebrations, our children will see that. They'll think that it's okay to take part. They'll take it to the next level even. Even if we don't put up trees and give gifts, they'll start putting up trees and giving gifts if we show that it's okay to partake in these celebrations. And living in the West, they'll start to identify less and less with Islam and more with non-Muslim Western culture. And a generation after that will be even worse, to the point where eventually the family might even leave Islam. And this is an inevitable consequence, and this is why we have to be mindful not to compromise on our beliefs. We're Muslims, we should tell our children that we're Muslims, and Christmas is not our holiday. It's the holiday of our Christian friends and neighbours, and of anyone else who wishes to partake in it, but it's not for us.